Well, another liberal pervert bites the dust. That's right. Representative Wu, Democrat of Oregon, now hanging out with Anthony's Wiener on Martha's Vineyard and probably saying, hey, Wu, if you help me take pictures of my genitals, I'll help you assault somebody. What do you say? Be fun. And then we can, go after internet predators with our legislation. Bunch of hypocrites. One and all, welcome to another excellent episode of God Bless America with your host, Mike Skiba. Hey, Skiba. Yes, liberal puppet. Eric Cantor was talking about you today. Or this week, I should say. Yes, I know. I say things first here, and I will be completely forthright. I listen to a lot of talk radio, and I don't come on here and repeat things. I say things first. I do, and I promise you that. And I am very well informed. I listen to a lot of talk radio, a lot of politics, politicians, and I don't come in here and repeat things. I come in here with a unique perspective that I share with you, and I say things first. And this week, I heard Eric Cantor repeating something that I said that I haven't heard anywhere else. I'm not saying that Eric Cantor's people are listening to God Bless America. I'm just saying that last week I said something, and then this week I hear Eric Cantor saying the same thing, and I hadn't heard it anywhere else. So, you decide. I report, you decide. Hey, Skiba, I just want to have some more government spending. It's the only thing that seems to soothe my soul. The only thing, liberal puppet? Well, that and abortion and Muslims and illegal aliens and, the things, political correctness and La Raza and forced confiscation of private property by the government. The things that really make the fabric of America strong and make this country great. Well, I disagree, liberal puppet, and that's why I'm here, and hopefully that's why you're here. Enjoying God Bless America with your host, Mike Skiba. Because if you feel alone, if you feel like you're the only one with any common sense in the room, you've come to the right place. When you feel besieged by liberal radicals on a daily basis to the point that you just want to scream, I feel your pain. I do. So, let's take a quick listen of what I said last week, and then we'll listen to what Eric Cantor said this week. Take it away, boys. When it came time to actually do something about it, when they had the super majorities in the House, Senate, presidency, they didn't get rid of the Bush tax cuts. It's a head scratcher, isn't it? They can do anything they want, and yet they don't get rid of the Bush tax cuts. Why? A simple reason, my friend. Because liberals only run against things. They don't have solutions. They only throw stones. Okay? They don't run for anything. They can only run against something. Okay, that was me last week. And now let's listen to Eric Cantor, the House Majority Leader, this week.
The president spent, 10 to 15 minutes last night on TV, and there are a lot of words in there, but what the words didn't say was what the president's for. There was no evidence that he has a plan. He doesn't like our plan, but he has not put a plan forward yet.
There you go, my friends, word for word. Liberals can't put anything forward because they know people would be so horrified. I mean, there's the 20% of whack job leftists who are like, yeah, destruction, destroy the economy, destroy the country, go ahead, come on, yeah, more. Ooh, right-wing teabaggers, hate them. But, we're talking about
the percentage of Americans, the large percentage that are conservative, and then the large percentage, quote unquote, independents. But they're basically relatively conservative people with good intentions. They're just not aware enough of what's really going on and how the liberals are working night and day, year after year, trying to infest, for lack of a better word, the infrastructure of the country and then destroy it through bureaucracy and regulation and taxation and all kinds of laws and restrictions on your freedom. And they know that the more they can infest our culture, eventually the fabric will just wear away. You know, so what we try to do here on God Bless America is just inform people of what's going on. And one of the main tenets is that liberals, they can't run for anything. They can't run on their record. So all you'll hear them doing is just bashing anything that makes any sense. And if the Republicans put a plan forward that says, hey, we've got $15 trillion in debt, maybe we should have less, they'll say, no, you're crazy, you're radical, draconian cuts, radical, oh my God, the teabaggers are radical. Today I heard Chuck Todd, our friend on NBC there, bemoaning the fact that the Tea Party could not be bought. He said, there's nothing you can give them. You can't buy them off with earmarks. They don't want earmarks. Boehner can't buy them off. Oh, my God. A politician that can't be bought off. What are we going to do? They're voting against raising the debt ceiling. We need more debt. Because if we don't have more debt, the country might survive. And the only way that we can bring down the country from within is to have an avalanche of debt that just crushes the economy to the point where the economy collapses. And then typically what happens after a big economic collapse, that's when dictators come to power. And that's the ultimate goal, is to have complete and utter 100% government control. Name one thing that isn't regulated. Name one. One thing. From the time you wake up on the mattress with a tag on it till the time you go to bed on the same mattress with a tag on it, name one thing that isn't regulated. But it's never enough until they have just absolute North Korean-esque control. But people are starting to wise up, and I want to, again, be the first to say something that you're going to hear a lot of coming up once people hear God Bless America with your host, Mike Skiba. And that is the Democrats now, the leftists, they see that people are starting to get wise to what they're up to, and there's going to be another landslide. There was a big landslide election last October when the Tea Party got elected, and there was a lot of conservatives that were elected. And coming up in 2012, God, I can't wait. Obama's going to be gone, and there's going to be another big conservative landslide. And the left knows it because they know that their radical, crazy, destructive agenda can't last once people become aware of it. And people are becoming aware. You know, they can't blame Bush for 20 years. They can't blame Bush's, 4.5% unemployment and a cooking economy forever. People are like, hey, those were the good old days, my friend. So they're starting the PR campaign, and the big PR spokesman is Bill Maher. And here is what you're going to hear now. The new talking points are people are upset because Obama isn't radical enough. They're upset that Obama is governing as a Republican.
If the economy is going to go down, they're going to blame the Democratic president.
Right.
And they're going to think this is what you get when you elect a Democrat. But really,
it's true.
What we elected was a Democrat who acted like a Republican.
Nope. See, they're still trying to point the finger because a lot of leftists really buy into the pipe dream that if we just take all the money from everybody and then Washington doles it out, that somehow things will work out, like they do in North Korea, like they do in Burma, like they do in the Soviet Union, like they do in China. If the government could just control more, eventually it will work out. And then they see that it doesn't take long for things to go south. So this is just a new spin on the blame Bush. See, this is, well, he's really governing like a Republican. He's not radical enough. Maybe if we could just turn the White House into a mosque with a wing for La Raza and a wing for Planned Parenthood, things would be better. That's what we need. If we could just be more radical, if we could just eliminate the border with Mexico and just let the Mexican government take over America and work out of a mosque at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, then things would be perfect. And, of course, we'd make Obama president for life because he's the chosen one. And so people see that that's not going to work. And so now they're saying, well, Obama's really governing like a Republican. Okay. Jabberwocky time. Jabberwocky alert. Up is down, left is right. Crazy leftist is actually conservative. He's like Reagan. Just ask the liberal media. He's like Reagan. So thank you for joining me. And I just want to take you out with what many consider to be the most radical member of the Senate. Barack Obama was rated the most liberal member of the Senate. He was voted to, or not voted, but graded. They grade their voting record. And Obama was the most radical member of the Senate for the very short time that he was there when he was running for election to be president. And the guy that was just to the right of him was the socialist from Vermont, Bernie Sanders. And he's upset with Obama because, Mr. Inclusive, Mr. Unity, Mr. Unifier, Barack Obama, Bernie Sanders is concerned that Obama isn't good enough at unifying people against Republicans.
Well, you asked me a minute ago about President Obama, and I think the issue here is where people are disappointed, is he has not been as strong for many, many months in bringing the American people together in the ways they believe. They believe there must be shared sacrifice. We have got to put right-wing Republicans on the defensive and not continuing to concede.
Yep. So he's the socialist. He really is. He is a socialist. He's a socialist senator from Vermont. And Obama was graded to the left of Bernie Sanders, more liberal than the socialist. And now he's our president. Well done, folks. So, in conclusion, according to Bernie Sanders, what people want is more sacrifice. We want to give more because that's what we're here for, right? That's what we work for. We work to give, not by our choice, not to charities of our choosing. No, we give to the government. Really, they take, but, it's shared sacrifice. It's what we need more of. And he's kind of going along the same lines as our friend Bill Maher there, who's saying that Obama, the most liberal legislator, more liberal than the socialist, is actually conservative. See the logic there? Nor do I. I do, Skibba. Well, of course you do, liberal puppet, because these guys are talking your language. That's right. Preach on, Brother Maher. Preach on, Brother Sanders. Preach on, Brother Mao. Back to you, Skibba. Thank you, liberal puppet, and thank you for listening, folks. This has been God Bless America with your host, Mike Skibba. And stay tuned because we will be coming up with, we heard shared sacrifice there. I'm going to be doing an episode on some liberal translation, and I will be translating terms like shared sacrifice. And, of course, also stay tuned because we're going to be doing soon an episode on gay marriage and don't ask, don't tell. And I'll be explaining what the real purpose behind all that is. It has nothing to do with gays and nothing to do with marriage. So thanks again for joining us. This is God Bless America.